Yeah,
Hello, my name is Jayden Hill and welcome to the HFL Stats Wrap. Thanks to C&J Painting, the Stats Wrap helps paint the picture of what has happened and what is unfolding in Hills football through the numbers as we crunch the data and break it all down. So we'll go through Division 1 first and look at last weekend's results. Well, Onkaparinga Valley, they strengthened their position at the top of the HFL Division 1 A-grade ladder with an 18-11, 119 to 8-11-59 win over Harndorf, with Jasper Maher leading the way with 4 goals. It was the 10th time that Maher has scored multiple goals in a game, and it was his third haul of 4 majors, while Harndorf's Jared Lyons also booted 4 goals, and it was the third time that he has scored 4 or more goals in a game this season. Nan Bremer defeated Mount Lofty 10-8-68 to 7-14-56, with Archer Connolly the difference up forward with 5 majors. Uradler accounted for Blackwood, winning 11-9-75 to 6-12-48, with Jared Redden booting 5 majors, while Lobethal continued his strong form with a 17-19 121 to 4-3-27 win over Mount Barker, with Mitchell Carter starring with 9 majors. So just look at some stats now and look at the disposal count. So from last weekend, so Adam Trenorden again led the disposal count with 34 and continues to lead the competition in this stat with 474 disposals. He's ahead of Brad Jeffries on 408 and Joel Parker Bowles on 390. So some of the other leading disposal winners from the weekend. Mitchell McKelvey from Onkaparinga Valley, he had 34 disposals. Lockie Murphy had 33. Mount Barker teammate George Pope had 32. Ben Hogan from Uradler also had 32. While Jacob Collins, Sam Williams, Jackson Fairman, Brad Jeffries and James Dutton all had 27 disposals. Jade Noonan from Mount Barker had 26. Cooper Luke from Lobethal, along with Harry Scholes from Blackwood and Cooper Fort from Harndorf had 25, and Peter Bampton from Lobethal had 24 disposals. So with the AFL announcing on Monday the introduction of the AFL Coaches Association Defensive Player of the Year award, I thought, well, why not go through some defensive stats, and one of them being spoils. So we'll look at the main spoil leaders from last round, and Lockie Schultz from Uradler, he led the spoils last weekend, having 8. So well done to him. Well, Onkaparinga Valley's Harry Giles, he's a great defender. He had 7 spoils. James Braywood had 5 spoils. Tom Kluverneck, Michael Thompson, Jack Revington all recorded 4 spoils. Well, Archer Borden, Lucas Holbrook, Alex Giorgio, Mitchell Jenkin, Lockie Murphy, Jordan Scholl, James Hopton, Harry Scholes and Dylan Miller all recorded 3 spoils. So in this stat team-wise, so Harndorf leads the competition for total spoils with 293, ahead of Mount Lofty on 268 and Nan Bremer on 253. So on the topic of defence, I thought I'd look at which teams have the best defensive numbers, and well, it's no surprise that Onkaparinga Valley has the best defence in the competition and the best defensive record, I should say, conceding just 669 points this season, an average of just 44.6 points per game. The Bulldogs have only conceded 50 points or more on just 3 occasions this year. Mount Lofty has the second best defensive record, conceding just an average of 60.3 points per game, while Blackwood is third in the defensive category, averaging only 60.6 points against. So there you go. So I just sort of look at the leading goal kickers in the Division 1 competition. So yeah, well done to Mitchell Carter. He's on 48 goals at the moment. Jack Adcock is on 38 majors, while Jamie Drew and Jared Lyons all on 32 goals ahead of the last round. So we'll go through the last round fixtures. So Onka Valley, they welcome Nan Bremer. Mount Barker hosts Uradler. Mount Lofty hosts Lobethal. And Blackwood welcomes Harndorf. We'll look at the ladder now and the different scenarios going into the last round. So Onka Valley, well done to them, has already secured top spot, while Harndorf is guaranteed second and a double chance. Lobethal and Uradler will battle for third and fourth, with Lobethal securing third if it beats Mount Lofty, while Urayla needs to beat Mount Barker and hope Lobethal loses so the Demons can jump to third. The final spot is between Blackwood and Mount Lofty, with Blackwood making finals if it beats Harndorf, or if the Woods lose, then they'll rely on Lobethal to beat the Devils. And yeah, basically the Devils, they just need to beat Lobethal, and hope that Blackwood loses to Harndorf. So there's the scenarios going into the last round. It's going to be a cracking last round and a great final series from a Division 1 point of view. Well, that's a wrap for Division 1. Stay tuned for more stats wrap as we talk about the HFLW right after the break.
The Call of the Wild would like to sincerely thank the following local businesses for their support. Call of the Wild's premier partners for 2026. Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. Adelaide Hills' leading real estate agency has the very best people in the industry. Your Adelaide Hills property specialists. Mount Barker Ford, proud to be your local Ford dealer in Totnes. Major partners. Lowe's Meat Co. Roasted. They can cook your meats for your dinner party or your weekly Sunday roast dinner. Australian Paving Centre. Easy as APC. Providing premium quality home landscaping and improvement, materials sure to fit both your budget and style. South Coast Insurance, a local insurance broker with offices in Mount Barker and Victor Harbour, committed to providing personalised and straightforward insurance solutions. Little Hampton Landscape and Firewood, offering a wide selection of quality Adelaide Hills firewood and landscape supplies for your home or worksite. Call of the Wild official partners for 2026. Lobethal Hotel, your local family-owned hotel and bottle shop in the Adelaide Hills. Lancaster's Property Services, delivering complete residential and commercial property maintenance and trade solutions in the Adelaide Hills and metro areas. Simply Shutters and Shades, inspiring people to create fun and functional spaces which bring people together. Explorer Caravan Sales, family-owned Adelaide-based caravan retailer, 40 years of experience and insights in the caravan industry. C&J Painting, Dulux accredited, locally owned and operated small family business recognised for quality and reliability. Their assistance is greatly appreciated towards the coverage and promotion of community football in the Adelaide Hills.
Welcome back to the Stats Wrap. Well, it's Women's Grand Final week with the Premiership Deciders taking place this weekend. So let's run through the prelim final results from last weekend firstly, which were played at Balhanna. So Harndorf defeated Mount Lofty by 13 points in a great close contest. So Harndorf booking its place in their first ever HFLW Senior Grand Final. So well done to the Magpies. Talia Walker was judged best of field for the Magpies, with Elka Jasko and Winnie Thornquist kicking the goals, while Neve Morgan was outstanding in defence for Mount Lofty and was their best player. The Magpies dominated the clearances, winning the count 21-10, including commanding 10-3 advantage in the opening quarter. Walker played a major role in that dominance, earning best of field honours through that performance. Well done to her. Harndorf won the clearance count in each of the first two quarters before Mount Lofty responded in the third, winning the clearances 4-2 and matched the Magpies in that stat in the final term as well. The Devils also edged out Harndorf 7-5 in the inside 50s in the final quarter, but the Magpies were too strong and held on. Harndorf did dominate territory early, recording 10 inside 50s to 2 in the first term and finishing with a 27-17 advantage for the match. In the under 17 prelim final, Mount Barker defeated Blackwood 3-6-24 to 1-5-11, with Ellie Jones named best of field for the Roos, while in the under 14 prelim final, Mount Barker defeated Harndorf by 17 points, with Harper Teely named best of field for Mount Barker. So let's have a quick look at the Senior Women's Grand Final and give a little bit of a preview. So like I said, Harndorf, they will face the undefeated and minor premiers in Blackwood. Blackwood will contest in its 6th Grand Final and chasing a 4th HFL Women's Premiership, while Harndorf will be appearing in its first Grand Final. The two sides have met twice this season, with both encounters producing close contests. In round 2, Blackwood won by 4 points with Ellie Haylock named best of field for the Woods, while leading goal kicker Charlotte Taylor kicked 2 goals for Blackwood. Handle's Talia Walker was named Magpies best in that outing. The most recent meeting was in round 9. Again, it went Blackwood's way. They won by 10 points, with Taylor once again kicking 2 goals, and Lily Dunstall Bruce starring in defence and named best of field for the Woods. Handle's Elisa Jeevers kicked 2 goals in that game, while Isabel Purdy was the Magpies' best player. The grand final shapes as a fascinating battle between two of the competition's best attacking and defensive sides. Blackwood has averaged 69.6 points per game, a great scoring record, and Handorf has averaged 56 points per game, while the Woods have just conceded only an average of 7.6 points per outing, while the Magpies only average 15.2 points against. In the other grand finals, Blackwood will face Mount Barker in the under-14 girls, with the Woods chasing back-to-back premierships. Mount Barker aiming for its 4th under-14 girls title, while in the under-17 grand final, it'll be a rematch of last year's decider, with Mount Lofty facing Mount Barker. The Devils are chasing a 3rd consecutive premiership, while Mount Barker is looking for its first under-17 girls title. The Call of the Wild team will be there on Sunday, live stream starting from around 10:20, so make sure to tune in to Call of the Wild's coverage of the HFLW Grand Final Day. We'll stay tuned for more stats wrap. We'll take a look at all things Country Division after the break.
Call of the Wild would also like to thank our supporting partners for 2026. Frontline Construction Recruitment SA, Francisco's Pizza, Gutterback, Kiwanis Charity Bookshop, Woodside News Agency, Twist and Top, 24 Fit, Bespoke Air Solutions, Adelaide Wine Barrels, Lock Around the Clock Locksmiths, Direct Flooring Solutions. Their assistance is greatly appreciated towards the coverage and promotion of community football in the Adelaide Hills.
Welcome back to the Stats Wrap. Now we'll talk all about Country Division and we'll run through last weekend's results. So, Bridgewater defeated Achunga 19,923 to 10,1070, with the Raiders producing a dominant second half, kicking 11 goals to 4 after half time. Alex Forster started with 11 goals. Gumaraka, they had a victory over Torrens Valley, winning 12,102 to 7,951. This game was in the balance at three-quarter time, with just 9 points separating the two teams before the Magpies ran away with it in the last quarter. Jacob McKay led the way with 4 goals for the Magpies. Meadows defeated Birdwood 16,602 to 7,749, with the Southern Bulldogs kicking 12 goals to 3 after the main break. Adrian Valletta led the way with 8 goals, his highest haul for Meadows, while Andrew Coombe continued his strong season with 5 goals, the 4th time that he has scored 5 or more goals in a game. Some other stats from that game, thanks to Meadows coach Chris Dorr. So Meadows finished ahead in the 50-50 contest, 39 to 29. They won the stoppages, 31 to 28. Also led the way in the tackles, 53 to 41, and also had the most inside 50 entries with 48 compared to Birdwood's 37. Macclesfield, they defeated Kangarilla 18,816 to 8,351, with Cole Emery kicking 4 goals, and some other key stats, some individual stats from this game. From a Macclesfield perspective, there were several standout individual performances, with Tarrant Tomio collecting 43 disposals, including 32 kicks and 11 handballs, while Thomas Altamare had 27 disposals. Thanks to Johnny Fitzgerald for those stats there. Looking at the ladder, Macclesfield confirmed the minor premiership on Saturday, while Kersbrook had the bye. They finished second. Bridgewater's win combined with Kangarilla's loss meant the Raiders finish third and secure the double chance. And well done to the Bulldogs. Their victory on Saturday meant they secured the 5th spot. This week, Kersbrook takes on Bridgewater in the qualifying finals at Meadows, so that's going to be a really intriguing battle at either end of the ground, with Bridgewater's Alex Forster on 98 goals and Kersbrook's Brad Inglis on 95. And the Call of the Wild team will be there. Myself, Benny Goldfinch, Jeff Pistola, Tommy, and the crew, which should be a cracking qualifying finals from Meadows Oval. While talking about Meadows, they'll face Kangarilla in Sunday's elimination final at Gummaraka Oval. Well, that's a wrap of the Stats Wrap. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Hope you have a good weekend and enjoy the footy. See ya.